Why Vikram an Indian film, a glory to the Indian cinema?
Lokesh Kanagaraj's Vikram is the godchild of two cinematic universes. You can't really call it a love child because some love is missing in the way these universes coalesce into one combined vision. Godchild is perhaps a better word because it's the references to Kamal Haasan's older films along with Lokesh's own universe that rescues the film, time and again, whenever it forgets what it's trying to say. Like how you start talking, only to realize mid-sentence that you no longer remember the point you were making. Vikram needs the crutch of 100 films from before, and at least a couple from the future, to distract you from the hollowness of the moment that's actually playing on the screen. It's disappointing to see one of our most gifted directors go the Marvel way to construct its mass moments around intertextuality. Like a game of connect the dots, it's not going to be easy for someone to really get Vikram without having watched a specific list of films, the most important one being Kathy. It borrows Kathy's atmosphere, a family of characters, the central MacGuffin, and a truckload of guns and then multiplies everything by 10 to assume lots and lots of a good thing that results in one giant blob of greatness. So we get much bigger guns, much bigger stars, much darker nights, and enough cocaine money to buy 2 Rocky Bhais. But in this trade-off, Lokesh forgets the simplicity of the screenplay that made his second film near perfect. At any given point, we knew how far along we were, where we needed to reach, and what it was all about at the end of the night. Little things like bad network played a big part in building up to a mass moment, just like how the most inane choice of songs added laughs without compromising the tension. Even if one assumes a second viewing will give you these answers, there's always the feeling that you've already moved on to the next big action set piece, even before you've truly understood the point of the previous one. What, for instance, are we supposed to feel about Vijay Sethupathiy's character Sandanam? I was equally unsure if I should be laughing at this family man turned drug lord or be scared shitless of his meth-powered mega punches even Bhavani would be proud of. For me, the moments that really worked were all tributes to Kamal Haasan's older films. The way the film brings back references to the old Vikram too was done with a certain level of finesse. Yet personally, I think the film's best action scene was a play on the general idea of the last film you'd expect to get a nod here. Yet one doesn't understand why the film spent so much time building up to an interval point we could all see coming. It still goes on to give you the big moment you were expecting, even though the secret is already out. But by then, the film has already delved so deep into multi-perspectivity to piece together the life of a ghost that you feel exhausted at how little it finally reveals. Which is why there's a lot of relief when the film sheds the complex narration of the first half to simply move into action mode. The whys are no longer important as long as the film focuses on how, and how often, the good guys are going to kick some ass. It's one big medley of action sequences from there on, with the only difference being the size of the gun. The boy's heart problem is meant to be used as a ticking time bomb, but this hardly adds any tension to the proceedings. Even the emotional angle adds nothing to give you the feeling that someone we love is in danger. But in terms of a pure adrenaline rush, the punches keep landing and the rain of bullets feels soothing after an excuse for real drama. These thrills aren't exactly earned like it was in Kathy, but it's certainly a lot of fun. This is also why you have to give it to Lokesh for coming up with the film's second climax. Without the much celebrated cameo, you'd be forced to sit up and take notice of the weak screenplay that doesn't have much to say. What more can you write about a film that's so happy to live in the reflected glory of other films, and its massive star, that it forgets that Vikram is a film too?